Okay, so in last 2 days we discussed about how a website works, and yesterday we discussed about like how HTML works and what is HTML and all, and how we can run HTML. Everything we discussed, right? So we today we'll discuss how this website are displaying this content, right? So based on like different types of content. So some places it is the content is displaying as heading, and some places it is displaying as paragraph. So how it is getting displayed in website? So let me show you. So this is a website, right? So this is a heading, and this is some content. And when we observe this one and this one is like looking different, right? So this one is with a heavy font and all, and this one is with light font and all, right? How can we do this in HTML? Okay, so I told you, right, HTML is a tag based language. HTML is a tag based language. So everything in a HTML is depends on tags. So we'll write starting tag and ending tag. I showed you yesterday, right? So we'll write one starting tag, then we'll write one ending tag, and between that we write the content. Okay, so like that, we'll do the things in HTML. Okay, so for writing this, like for differentiating the content or formatting the content, so we have different tags, okay, that are called predefined tags in HTML. So there are some tags in HTML which are already defined, okay, which are already defined, and we have to use that predefined tags. We can't use our normal like customized tags, okay. We have to use that predefined tags, and we will discuss today some important tags that are needed for building a project. Okay, so whatever project you build, so these will be a important tags, and there will be a lot of tags in HTML, but we are going to discuss only important tags that we are going to use in building any type of project. Okay,
Excuse me, sir.
yeah,
Sir, your screen is not shared.
yeah, noted. I didn't share my screen yet. Okay, oh, sorry, I am sorry, my miss. I am showing you website, right? Okay, thanks for turning on my candle because I am not able to see the chat. Okay, so now it is visible, right? Now screen is visible, right? Anyone confirm? Okay, so this is a website, right? This is a Simuleduco Solutions website, and when you observe this, welcome to Simuleduco Solutions, and this text, we create a beautiful website. So these two are looking different, right? Of course, that welcome to Simuleduco Solutions is looking like a heading, and this one is looking like a paragraph. Like content is differentiating, right? So how can we do this in HTML? How can we do this content differentiating in HTML? So how HTML is doing this? So HTML, of course, it is doing based on tags. Okay, based on the tags we write, HTML is doing the things. So, but what are these tags? How can we know these tags and all, right? I told you, right? There is predefined tags in HTML. Okay, so predefined tags will be there, and we have to remember the tags, and we don't need to remember all the tags in HTML. There are almost like hundreds of tags in HTML. We don't need to remember all of them, and we are not going to use all of them. Okay, we are not going to use all of the tags. We are going to use only some tags, and I'll I'll tell you that few tags. Okay, that important tags which is needed for building any project. So we'll discuss that tags. Okay, so before that, before discussing about tags, let's open our project. So you know, right, how to create a file using VS Code and all. So I already told you, if you are missed the yesterday's class, just go through the session, recorded session that I shared in Telegram and WhatsApp groups. Okay. So this is our code what we wrote yesterday, right? Okay. So let's run our file. How can we run? So we have to just right click, open with Google Chrome. Okay. So then Google Chrome will act as a compiler. And I want to tell you one more thing. You don't need to use Google Chrome for running the website. Okay, you can use Firefox, you can use Microsoft Edge, you can use Brave. Okay, you can use any browsers. Okay, any modern browsers will support HTML5. Remember that you don't need to use Google Chrome only. If you are good with Brave, just go with that. If you are good with Edge, and if you are okay with Firefox, you can just use that. Okay, there won't be any problem. So files will run exactly how it is running in Chrome, it will run exactly in the latest versions of Firefox, Edge and all. Okay. Okay. HTML5 is compatible with all browsers, so you can use any of the browser. That's your convenient. Okay, that's your choice. Okay. So this is what we wrote yesterday, right? So till here, hope you all remember why we wrote this doc type HTML, HTML starting tag, HTML ending tag, head body. So hope you all remember these things, right? Everyone remember, right? Like why we are using that yesterday's thing. Everyone remember? Anyone forgot? Okay, you remember. Very good. Okay. So let's start the actual things. Okay. So if you observe this website, so this I told you, right? Remember one more. I told you yesterday, whatever things in HTML and CSS will be normal English terms. Okay, it will be normal English terms only. You don't need to like it's not complex English. So if you know little bit normal English, then you can write remember this HTML tags and all. Okay, so normal tags only. See, this is looking like a heading, right? So the tag in HTML will be heading tag. Okay, so the tag in HTML will be heading tag, but for our convenience, for developer convenience, what they do is they simply kept as h. So h tag, h means heading. And we have types of headings, right? We have so many types. We'll have this major heading, and then we'll have, see, this is a major heading, then we'll have subheading, then we'll have subheadings. Like that, different types of headings will be there, right? So when you are writing an essay, or when you are writing your notes, what you will do, you will put one major heading, then you will put one subheading, so then you will write the content, right? So in html, if you want to write that type of headings, so heading tag, subheading tag, subheading tag, so it will be little bit clumsy and it will be difficult, right? So what html developers did was, they put the numbers for the headings, like 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so 1 to 6, they just gave the numbers for headings from 1 to 6, and they denoted a tags as h1, h2, h3, h4, h5 and h6. H means heading. Okay, so we why it is not heading 1, heading 2 means it's for a developers convenience. What they did was just they thought h is fine, so that's why they kept h for heading, and multiple subheadings, subheadings and also will be there, right? So if they write heading, subheading, subheadings, so that type of tags will be very clumsy and very much difficult to write, right? So that's why what they did is they just put a heading, and they gave a numbers from 1 to 6, like h1, h2, h3, h4 to h6. Okay, so how can we write a tags? I told you, right? So now I told you we have 6 tags in headings. So for heading, it's normally h tag, but there are 6 type of headings in HTML, so that is denoted by numbers. So that's why it is h1, h2, h3, h4, h5, h6. 6 type of headings will be there. Okay, so what will happen if we write h1? So how to write tag? Just put the less than symbol, then h1, then greater than symbol. So automatically the ending tag will come in VS Code. If you are using any other software, Sublime Text Editors which support HTML, like Sublime Text Editor or Notepad++, so whatever you use, so then there also you will get this ending tags. If you write starting tag, then you will get ending tag. Okay, so this is how h1 tag is written. H1 means heading 1. Just please note. Okay, just take the notes, otherwise you will forget the tags. You will forget the tags until and unless you did a project. Okay, so now if I tell you this h tags and all, if you thought, okay, I will remember this simple heading tags, right? So I will remember, like that you will think, and when I ask tomorrow, you will forget. Okay, so these things you will remember only after you do some projects. Okay, so currently definitely you will forget. Okay, because we also came from that stage, so definitely you will forget. So just try to take the notes. Okay, try to take the notes, so that you can just revise whenever you are doing the projects. Okay, so h1. So I told you, right? So whatever we need to write to apply that particular functionality of particular tag, we need to write that content inside the tag. So that you remember, right? So everywhere you see, we wrote inside the tag only. So in body also we are writing inside, head also inside the tag, between the starting tag and ending tag. So in the same way, content also we need to write between the starting tag and ending tag. Okay. So here I am writing some text. Simuleduco Solutions. Okay. So I put H1. I wrote H1 and then I kept some content in it. Let's see the output of this. Okay. So I'm going to refresh this. See, so it is looking like heading only, right? It is looking like heading, of course. So by this we can conclude that H tag we can use for heading, and we have 6 different types of tags from 1 to 6. Okay, so that's why tags are defined as H1, H2, H3, H4, H5 and H6. Okay, now H1 we wrote, and let's write H2 also, same in the same way, less than symbol H2. Then if you close, ending tag will come, and here I am writing Simuleduco Solutions. Okay. So what do you think output will be? What do you think the output will be? So will H2 will come little bit bigger than this H1 text, or it will come little bit smaller than H1 text? So just give me your answers. So what do you think the output will be? So will it come little bit bigger than H1? Big. Okay, very good. So what about other people? So what do you think? It will come bigger than H1 or smaller than H1? Only Pooja gave the answer. What about remaining people? Sleeping? Okay. Okay. So big. So normally people think it will come big, but see, it will reduce the size. Okay. Let's write H3. Let's write H3. H3. See, what you observe, this is H1 and this is H2 and this is H3. So from this we can conclude that from H1 to H6, the size of the text, the size of a heading will get reduced. Okay. So this number is increasing, right? That doesn't mean that the size of a text should increase. So H1 means larger text, H2 means little bit smaller than H1, H3 means little bit smaller than H2, H4 means little bit smaller than H3, like that. Okay. So let's write all the 6 tags: H4, H5 and H6. Okay. So we have 6 settings, right? H1 to H6. I told you H1 to H6. Okay. And if you see the output, you can see from H1 to H6 what is happening. The size of the text, like size of heading, is decreasing based on our requirement. So we can use these different types of headings from H1 to H2. Here if you want like heading, this one, for this one you can use H1, and this type of subheadings you can use H2, and some based on your requirement. So for this I can use, for this quick links and legal, right? For this I can use H3 or H4. So based on your requirement, you can use different types of headings which is already predefined in HTML from H1 to H6. Okay. Okay, following, right? So that is fine. HTML has H1 to H6 tags. What if we write H7 tag? So what if we write H7 tag? So anyone? So what will be the output you are thinking? So we wrote the H7 tag, right? So I told only like from H1 to H6 it is defined. But what if we wrote H7? So what if we wrote H7? So will it give a output, or will the it display the error, or that page will get entire blank, or what will happen? What do you think it will happen? So this type of experiments you should do when you are writing coding. Okay. So what will happen if you write like this way? What will happen if you write like this way, like that? automatically print. Okay, so what will you like, what do you think output will be? What do you think output will be? So h1 to h6, this one displayed, and I told only h1 to h6, h1 to h6 tags are defined, but I wrote here h7. So what will happen? What do you think output will be, and what do you not valid? Okay, it's not valid. Of course it is not valid, because I told you h1 to h6 only is there in html, but I am asking about output. Okay, what will be the output? What will be the output? Anyone? So what will be the output if I write h7? Okay, so one is answering, only Ashwini answered. What about others? So just, I told you, right, don't hesitate. If you want to tell something, just tell that. Okay, you don't need to hesitate. I am not your faculty. If you tell wrong, I won't come there and I won't beat you. Okay, just tell what are you like, what do you think, just tell that. Okay. Okay, so let's see if we refresh the page. So what happened? So just came as normal text. That means h7 tag is invalid. So by this we can conclude that if we give any invalid tags, if we give any invalid tags, then HT browser will omit the tags. Browser won't consider the tags and only print the content inside it. Most important point you should note. Okay. So h7 is not there. H7, of course, h7 is invalid tag. Okay. So what if we give invalid tag? So what browser does is, if we give invalid tag, browser just omit the tag. Okay, just remove that invalid tags and just print that content inside it. Okay, it will just print the content inside it. This is very important thing that you should know. Okay, you should do this type of experiments when you are doing coding in any language or web designing, like any in C language, Python. So you have to try all these things. What will happen if I do like this? What will happen if I do like this? These type of things you have to do. Okay, so by this we can conclude that if we give invalid tags, so our browser while compiling, it will remove the tags and just print the content inside it. Okay. Okay, hope everyone is okay, guys. Are you there? So you got my point, right, about these headings and all? Okay. Okay, okay, thank you. So this is what, like, headings. Okay, so this is how heading works. And now I am removing these headings. Okay, so now heading is completed. Then next one is like content formatting and all, it will come. Right, suppose I have a text. Simuleduco Solutions, I have a text, and it is displaying like this. Now I want to make it bold. I want to make the text as bold. So for heading, it is h tag, and because of multiple headings, 1 2 3 4 5 came, but here for bold multiple things won't be there. So for bold, what will be the tag? Anyone guess? For bold, what will be the tag? Guess it. Guess it. For bold, what can be a tag for bold, for making the text bold? Priyanka, be very good. So I told you, right, it's very simple. HTML is very simple. So for heading we are using h. Of course for bold we'll use b. Okay, we'll use b, and inside that starting and end we'll write the content. And if we see here, see, the text became bold. So like that, if you want to make your text bold, see, this one and this one, this text is bold and this one is not bold. That means we applied a b tag here, and we didn't apply b tag here. Okay, so this one, based on our requirements, we can bold the text using b tag. Okay, So b tag is for making the text bold. Okay, and there is another tag called strong. Okay, strong tag. And what this will do, this will make your text strong. Strong means nothing but bold. Of course it is bold only. Okay, so this is b tag, this is strong tag. Okay, so both tag purpose is making text bold. Okay, so you can ask why there is already b tag for making bold, right? Then why again strong tag is coming? So you can ask that. That is because of they both introduced in different versions. Okay, I told you already, right? So whatever in html 1 2 3 4, it will support in html5 also. Okay, but whatever in html5 won't support in html4. So this strong tag and b tag, so they introduced in different versions. Hope you understood. Hope you are getting my point. So these bold and strong tag introduced in different versions, so you can use any of the tag when you are writing html5 code. Okay, okay, so hope you got my point. So, and this one, it came like in a single line, right? So what if want to break this? I want this Simuleduco Solutions in a second line. Okay, or else we'll change the text so that you won't get confused. Okay, so this is web designing Simuleduco Solutions. I want this Simuleduco Solutions in the next line, but when I write this code, it is coming in a single line, right? So I want to break here. I want to break after web designing text. I want to break here, and I want to make this Simuleduco Solutions in the next line. For breaking, for breaking here, we have a break tag. Okay, so of break tag, what can be the tag name for break tag? B. So B is already reserved for bold, right? So B is already reserved for bold. That's why. So they just added one more letter. Okay. So they can add complete break, but for developer convenience, they are trying to put it in single and two letters only. Okay. So for break tag, it is BR. Okay. So because they can put B, but for B is already reserved for text bold, right? So that's why they kept as BR. Okay. BR. BR. Okay, and see, and if you come here after this content, whatever you wrote this tag, right? So after this tag, you have to put wherever you need line break, you have to put a br tag. Then so the output will be like this. So I break the line here. So after web designing content, I kept a br tag. Let me put some space so that you won't get confused. So after this web designing tag, I kept br tag. So after this web designing, here line got broken, and then Simuleduco Solutions comes in the next line. Okay, so like this you can break. What if I want Simuleduco in one line and solutions in one line? Then you can put br tag between this. Okay, you can put br tag between this. So you can use br tag for line break. Okay, line break, we use break tag, which can be written in br tag. Okay, and maybe you observe something. See, for b tag, ending tag is there. For strong, ending tag is there. But for br, ending tag is not there. Why? So for this, ending tag is not there. You observe. See, even if I type less than symbol br, and even if I type close also, that ending tag is not coming. Why? Why for br ending tag is not there? Why for other things are ending tag is there? So ending tag is not there for some tags. Okay, for some tags, ending tags won't be there. That type of tags we call it as self-closing tags. Okay, self-closing tags or void tags or empty tags. Okay, so that type of tags we call it as self-closing tags or empty tags or void tags. Okay, remember this. Some tags in HTML won't have ending tag, and I'll tell you that more important tags that I'll cover. But remember this, some tags won't have ending tag, like br, image, input. This type of tags are there, so that image and that things I'll tell you. Okay, so why there is no ending tag? Okay, some tags have no ending tag, and that we call as self closing tags. That is completely fine. Why there is no ending tag? So they can put this ending tag like this, right? They can put some ending tag like this. So why there is no ending tag? Because you observe, wherever we write starting tag, ending tag, so the content is in between the starting tag and ending tag, right? So what browser does is, like, what browser understand is, in the starting tag, so okay, content is starting, so it will think that okay, here content is starting, and when a ending tag occurs, so it will think that okay, so ending tag occurred, so this part is finished, like that browser will think. Okay, but when it comes to be a tag, there is no content, no need of content, because that functionality is completely different, right? That functionality of particular tag is to break the line. We are not displaying any content using br tag. Okay, so there won't be any content for br tag. So why we need ending tag for that? So we don't need ending tag, because we are not in writing any content, and we don't need to tell the browser that this from here br content started and here br content ended. So we don't need to tell browser, right? So that BR tag have particular purpose, that is for only line break. We are not displaying any content using BR tag. Okay, so we don't need to put ending tag. Only starting tag is enough. Okay, so because the purpose of this is to just do one particular functionality to break the line. Okay, it not need of displaying content and all using BR tag. We are not doing that. So we don't need to tell browser that okay, from here br content started, here ended. So we don't need to tell that all things to the browser. So just starting tag is enough. So when this particular tag occurs, okay, our browser automatically identifies that okay, this is a line break tag, so we have to break the line here. So it will automatically understand it, and just will do that line break functionality, and we'll go to the next tag. Okay, so from here when it occurs to this b tag, so it will think that okay, web designing, the whatever content what is coming next, I have to do it bold. So whatever content is coming next, it will make as bold. Then whenever this ending tag triggered, then it will think that okay, till here bold content is there, I just did a bold, so I don't need to do anything from here onwards. Then it will think, it will end this text bolding here, then it will come here. Then after seeing this break tag, it will think that okay, I need to break the line now. So then it will break the line. So then again this strong starting tag will come, so it will think that okay, I need to make some text strong. Then it will go inside and make the text strong, and whenever this ending tag occurs, so it will think that okay, this strong functionality I should end here, like that it will think. Okay, so for some tags you don't need to write ending tags, because we are not going to write any content in that type of tags. Okay, so we don't need to tell browser that start here and end here. Okay, when that particular tag occurs, it will do a particular functionality of that particular tag, and it will go to the next tag. Okay, and these tags are called self closing tags and all. Self closing tags, empty tags, or void tags, any name you can call it. Okay, so you understood this concept, right? So this self-closing tags, why the closing tag is not there. So you understood everything, right? Understood, right? So you don't have like any doubts and all. If you have any doubts, till now we discussed about headings, bold, and BR, right? Strong. Okay, very good. So next, BR tag we wrote, right? Now I want to make this text italic. Okay, I want to make web designing by Simuleduco Solutions. I want to display this, and I want to make, currently it is displaying like this. So I want to
Hello,
make this
sir.
text. Sorry,
Hello. Sir, your
tell me.
screen is not visible, sir.
Oh, my screen is not visible for everyone. It is like that. Can anyone confirm? My screen is. So Ashwin is telling that my screen is not visible. Anyone can confirm my screen is visible or not? Oh, my screen is not visible. Okay, let me stop it and present it again. Is it fine now? So I presented again. Is it fine now? Okay, okay. Ashwini, is it okay, right? Okay, okay, okay. Fine, thank you. So we are writing this text, right? Web designing by Simuleduco Solutions. Web designing by Simuleduco Solutions. And I want to make this by italic. So I want to make this text italic. Okay, we'll write one more like web designing, or we'll write web designing workshop by. Okay, so I want to make this workshop by as italic. You know what italic, right? So italic means normal text, but it will be little bit slant. Can you guess a tag for italic? Can anyone guess a tag for italic? Very good. So it is I. Okay. I told you, right, it will be very simple terms. So of course it will be I. So I tag, and between you can write workshop by, and if you go and observe here, you can see here. So let me zoom it for you. So you can see here, see workshop by is little bit slant, right? That means it can in italic. Okay, so it is in italic now. So if you want to make your text italic, you can do that. Okay, now just tell me something. I want to make my text both italic and bold. How can I do that? Anyone? Anyone in the session? I want to make my text both bold and italic. I have already italic text, right? So I want it make as bold. Bold and italic. I need both bold and italic. How can I do that? Anyone? Use B and I. Very good. Very good. So we can use nested tags. Okay, we HTML is not restricting us to use only one tag for particular content. Okay, so we can use nested tags. That means we can use tag inside tag. Okay, so following me, hope you are following me. We can use tag inside tag. That means, so we are already using this I, right? So we can just do one thing. We can put write B tag first, then we can write I tag, then we can write text whatever we need. So in this case, what is happening is, first let's see the output whether it is working fine or not. So it is working fine. So if you observe this text workshop by, it is both bold and italic. Okay, how it is working? So let's decode that. Okay, so let's decode that how it is working. So initially B tag will hit, right? So initially B tag will hit when browser is compiling. Initially B tag will get hit. Then what browser thinks, okay, whatever content inside it, including this I tag, whatever content inside it, including the I tag, it will think that whatever content inside it, I have to make it bold. Okay, so it will initially make it bold, everything. Then when reading it, it will think, then this I tag will hit, right? So that time it will think that okay, I need to make the content inside it italic. Okay, so it is already getting bold. Then after this I is hitting, then it is getting to italic. Understood? So initially when B tag is triggering, like browser thinks that okay, I need to make the content inside it bold, so it will make the entire content inside it to bold. Again this I tag, when I tag hits, then it will think that okay, I need to make the content inside the I tag to italic. So it will make the content inside I to italic, and this one is already got bold by this B tag, right? So after this I tag, then it will become italic. So first it will become bold and it will become italic. Okay. So what if I write like this? Will it work? Will it work? Tell me. So I wrote bold first, then italic, then I got the correct output. What if I write this? What if I write italic and bold first? So will it work? Okay, Babu Shankar, yes. What about other thing, other people? Ravakonda Bhavani is telling me that my voice is breaking. Can anyone confirm my voice is clear or not? Now, okay, okay, fine. So, Babu Shankar and Ashwini telling that, okay, okay, thank you. Okay, Babu Shankar and Ashwini telling that, so output will come. And what about others? So, others tell me, so I am writing this, right? So, I wrote B tag and I tag, then I got the desired output. What if I write I tag and B tag? So, what if I write reverse? Will it work? So only two people replied. Just other people just think about it and try to reply. Okay. So no one is going to come there and beat you if you tell wrong. So just remember that. Okay. Yes, sir. It will come. Okay. Next. Only three people answered. Okay. Sheikh Sumi, yes, sir. Okay. Very good. Priyanka, yes, sir. Okay. Fine. So let's see the output. Okay. I'm just going to refresh the page. See this workshop by and this workshop by and this workshop by is same, right? There is no difference. It is same. There is no difference. Okay. So let me remove this b tag from here so that you won't get confused. So I'll put br tag here. Okay. So this workshop by and this workshop by same. This one I wrote first bold then italic. So this side output came, and here also first I wrote italic and then bold. Okay. So whatever the order you write tag, that is not important. So what tags you wrote is important. Okay. So even if you write b first, I first, the same first bold will apply, then italic will apply. That is what we want, right? We need both bold and italic. And when you write I and b, so first italic will apply and then bold. So again it is bold and italic. So order of the tags doesn't matter. Okay. So if you what tags you are writing matters. So even if you write italic first then bold second, so it will give the same functionality. And if you write bold first then italic, then it will give same functionality. Okay. So order of the tag doesn't matter. Okay. And I got a one more doubt. Okay. What if I am putting one beer tag here? What if I wrote I tag, then I wrote B tag? Okay. So what I did is I am closing I tag here and I am closing B tag here. See, I am closing I tag here and I am closing B tag here. First I opened I, then I opened B. Okay. Actually, depending on the structure, I need to close B first. But I am not doing that. I am closing I first, then I am closing B. Okay. So according to structure like tags creating, first I need to close B, right? But I am not closing B. I am closing I first, then I am closing B tag. What will happen in this case? What will happen in this case? I want your answers. What will happen in this case? Too many questions, right? But that's completely fine. You will learn something. So what will happen in this case? Order note matters. Very good. Error came. Very good. Same output will be displayed. Very good. Any other answers? Let's see the output. It is same. I told you, right? Orders that doesn't matter. Even if you end the tag here, see, when italic tag comes, it will make the content inside it to italic. Okay. So the workshop by is still inside this italic tag only. Okay. So it will make the content as italic, then bold tag occurs. So when bold tag occurs, then it will make this content as bold. Okay. These tags anyway will get compiled by our browser, so it won't display to us. That's why. So italic is applying, bold is applying. Okay. So what if I did this? Observe this. I opened I tag, then I wrote bold tag, then I closed the I tag, then I wrote the content, then I wrote I closed the B tag. So what will happen in this case? So these type of, I told you, right, these type of experiments you have to do when you are uh, doing with the coding and all everything. You have to play with the language like this. You have to play with the language like this. Just tell me what will happen if I output only on bold. Let's see. Right? Output came only on null because this workshop by content is outside. How even b tag is inside, but the content is outside, right? Outside of closing tag. So here there is no content. Even tags are there. Tags are not considered as content by the browser. Okay, it will just compile and it will get omitted. It won't display it in a output. Okay, so content should be there inside the tags. So there is no content. So that's why workshop by is outside. That's why only bold is applying, because it is inside the starting tag and ending tag. Okay, so this is about I tag. And one more thing I need to tell you, what if I put another br here? So I kept 4 brs, right? What will happen? What will happen if I kept 4 brs here? Let's see the output. So what you can conclude by this? So for every br, one line break is happening. If you put 100 brs, 100 line breaks will happen. For the first br, line break is happen from here. Okay, from second br again one line break happen, third br one line break happen, fourth br one line break happen, and then content displayed. Okay, so if you put 100 brs, if I put another 4 brs, so see it is going that if you put number like 100 line breaks, then 100 lines it will go down. Okay, so if you want to use multiple like if you want to put some space between your content, so you can use multiple brs also. Okay, there is no restriction on using number of tags. You can use same tag any number of times. You can use same tag multiple number of times. Okay, so this is what, and this is about b tag, I tag. Okay, and now I want to underline my text. I want to underline my text. So what can be the tag? Underline, for underline, what can be the tag? Of course, very good. Of course, underline means of course you will be there. If you put u tag, then see you will get underline for your text. You will get underline for your text. So like this, there are number of tags, vast number of tags. Okay, then I'll tell you one more tag. See, in a website, so the main important thing that attracts is images, right? So images are the most important thing that will attract. But how we can put images in our website, in our HTML? Is there any tag for that? If tag is there, then what can be a tag? So what is a shortcut for image? What is shortcut for image? So shortcut for image is img. Okay, so there is a tag called img. Okay, so just let's write the tag. It is used for including images. Okay, so let's write the tag. So how we can write tag? Less than symbol, then tag name, then close. You can see here there is no ending tag for img. So that means sorry, that means image tag is a self closing tag. It is a empty tag, it is a void tag. Okay, all names are same only. Okay, if anyone asks you what is empty tag, don't tell that I don't know, I only know void tag and self closing tags. Okay, don't tell that. Self closing tags are empty tags, empty tags are void tags are self, all are same only. Okay, and image tag don't have any closing tag. Okay, why don't have any closing tag? We need to give that image and all, right? So that is a content. why it don't have self close, like why it don't have a closing tag, why it is only starting tag is there? That is because we are giving the image content, we will give the path of that content. Okay, suppose let me open like I want to include flowers image. Okay, flowers image in my website. So just search for flowers image and pick any image. Just right click, open image in tab. It is downloading. Okay, so this is a URL for this image. Okay, I need to fetch image from this URL to my website. Okay, so how can I do that? So basically we'll call in a developer terminology, we'll call that path as source. Okay, like from which source we need to get that image, from which source we need to get that image. So that one, that path we called as source. Okay, so that one we give as attributes. Remember I told you that things which inside the starting tag are called attributes. So I'll explain you like in detail when you are going further, but just remember, tags are nothing but extra capabilities or extra features of that particular tag. Sorry, not tags, attributes. Attributes are extra capabilities of that particular tag. Okay, that's an extra capabilities of that particular tag. Okay, so like that, image have a attribute called source. Okay, again HTML developers won't like us to write complete name. So what is a shortcut for source? SRC, right? So SRC equal, so here we have to give the source where we need to get the image. So that source, right, whether it is a external website URL or from your computer path. Okay, you need to give that path. Okay, so I am fetching from external, so I am giving that URL. Okay, URL of that, I am giving the URL of some external website and all. Okay, so from internet I took one image and I gave the URL in a source. Let's see what will happen. If we refresh, see, image came. So image came, but I don't need this much big image, right? So let me remove this text. So I don't need this much big image, so I want to reduce the size. So what can I do? So we have some other attributes also for the image tag. Okay, so let me write here itself. So attributes will be always in the starting tag space. So that attributes will be like attribute name and equal to inside the double quotes attribute value. Okay, so it will be like attribute equal to, so it will be in this syntax. Okay, attribute name then equal to inside double quotes attribute value. Okay, so don't write like this, I'm just giving you like an idea. Okay, now there is an attribute called width and height. Okay, there is attributes called width and height for the image. So what it will do, let's put width. Okay, width equal to, and so we have a length, breadth, height, right? So here in web developers terminology, length is nothing but width. Okay, and height is, of course it is height only. Okay, we don't have a breadth and all here. Okay, so width is like length. So let's give some 100 px. Okay, so what is this px means pixels. So whatever you write in HTML and CSS, we mostly denotes our values with the px only, pixels. So maybe you like when you are writing a word documents or when you are preparing a word documents or PPT, you will write this, right? You will put the font size as 10 pixels, 20 pixels, 30 pixels. In the same way, so to define a sizes, we'll write pixels. We'll mostly write in px. So we have some different parameters also, rem, em, we have different parameters also, but we mostly use px. Okay, for now just remember the length or height or whatever it is. Okay, the calculator we mostly use px only. Okay, for mentioning any measurement in web designing, so we mostly use px. Okay, so I gave width equal 100 px and height equal to 200 px. Okay, so let's see what will happen here. See, you see, height is 200 came, so this is the height 200 came, and then width came as 100. So like this we can adjust the height and width. So what if we don't give height and only width? What will happen? So what actually happens is, if you don't give height and if you only give width, see what it did. It just auto adjusted. It will auto adjust the image based on the width you give. Okay, based on the width, whatever width we give, so it will auto adjust the height also. Okay, that's the power of that image tag. It will automatically adjust based on the height and image resolution and all. It will automatically adjust the height based on the width and image resolution. Okay, and so for some reason my image is not loaded. Okay, so for some reason my image is not loading. Maybe you should have, like, in some website you could have seen this type of things, like this type of dummy small image, so it will display, like. So, like, for some reason my image is not loaded because of network issue or something my image is not loading, or some image path gone wrong, or image got deleted. For some reason we are not able to fetch the image, our website is not able to fetch the image at that time. So displaying only this image, like, won't let user know, like, see, if you display just this part, so if image is not loaded, then only this part will come. So whatever you are seeing, let me zoom it. Okay, so only this part will be seen by the users. Okay, so they can't understand, right? So as a web developers, you know that, okay, image is not loaded, so that's why it is coming, some dummy image is coming, so you know that. But users are not developers, right? So they have to know that because of some issue image is not loaded. So how can we show that? So we have another attribute called alt. Alt means alternate text. Okay, alt equal to, if you put image couldn't image couldn't load for some reason. Okay, if you keep text like this, so if image is available, image is displayed. But for any reason, if image is not available, for like image is not loaded or something happened, if for any reason, so then user will see this message: image couldn't load for some reason, or image couldn't load, whatever text you can put. Image couldn't load because of your network issue, please check your network connection, whatever it is. Okay, so whatever error you feel, you can write there. Okay, this is called alt attribute, which means alternate text. That means if any issue any issue in loading the image, then this alternate text will be displayed. So here there is no issue. If there is no issue, of course that text won't come. You don't need to display that text to user, right? So that text won't come. If any issue with the image only, then that text will come. Okay, that is alt text we use. Okay, so this is what image we have: a source attribute to fetch the image, and width and height attributes for setting the height and width. Basically we use pixels. And then alt text is for, like, alt is alternative text, which we use for displaying the alternative text, like when image is not loaded. Okay, okay, hope everyone got right. So everyone got right. So not able to see my code. So everyone got right, everyone got my. Okay, okay, fine. So uh, yeah, so this is for today's class. So let's do a quick recap what we discussed. Okay, so let's do a quick recap. So we discussed about heading tags, then we discussed about b tag, I tag, and u tag. Then we discussed about nested tags. Then we discussed about image tag with these attributes like source, old, width and height. Okay, so this is what we discussed. Is a quick recap, and I am posting this video in a YouTube. So just make sure, like, if you have any doubts, just go through that video, just try to practice. Okay, without practice you won't get anything. You have to practice. So practice is most important. Just keep the video and just do the things what I am doing. Okay, do the same things, try to do the same things what I am doing. Okay, and so my sincere and humble request, please share with your friends and classmates. If you are feeling this class worth, so just share it with your friends and everyone. Okay, it will help them. It will be a little bit, maybe we can't reach them, but you can. So we don't have any contacts, maybe we don't have any contacts to reach them, but you can reach your friends, right? So just please share with them and tell them what you are feeling genuinely. So let them join and help them to learn something. Okay, so please, this is my humble request to everyone. Just please share to everyone. Okay, and this is what we discussed. Okay, so if you have any doubts, let just I'll stay here. You can ask. Otherwise, you can leave. Thank you, guys. Take care.